Let's take a moment to reflect on Elvis' incredible recording career. 117 gold albums, 54 gold singles, 67 platinum albums, 27 multi-platinum albums and 27 platinum singles along with 3 Grammys. Biggest selling artist of all time with over 1 billion sales. Elvis walking to the stage at Sick's Stadium in Seattle, September 1, 1957, with Andreas Cornelis Van Queek Colonel Parker on the far right. Elvis Presley, Kiel Auditorium, St. Louis, Missouri, September 10, 1970. Elvis Presley in person, St. Louis, September 10, 1970. Elvis was in energized comeback mode. He had finished a month-long stint in Las Vegas, then immediately hit the road playing 9 cities in 6 days, September 9 to 14, 1970. Before his September 10th date in St. Louis, he had performed September 9th in Phoenix, then was off to St. Louis, Detroit, and Miami in consecutive nights. Elvis Presley at Olympia Arena, Detroit, Michigan, September 11, 1970. The energetic return. After 2 runs in Las Vegas in 1969 and 1970, Elvis went out on a full road tour for the first time in 13 years. Detroit was the 4th stop, so the city got to see Presley again in the full energy of his stage comeback. This time, his single 45-minute show in the Olympia drew nearly 17,000. "54 years ago, Elvis performed at the Convention Center in Miami, Florida, September 12, 1970. Elvis performed at 3 p.m. to a crowd of 12,000. Elvis wore the fringe jumpsuit with a blue macrame belt. September 4, 1972. Elvis Presley made a striking appearance at a Las Vegas press conference, showcasing a dazzling white two-piece outfit. This event was a pivotal moment as it announced the highly anticipated Aloha from Hawaii concert, which would take place January 14, 1973 in Hawaii, and later become one of the most iconic performances in his career. Elvis left all the official business to the Colonel, and the only thing Elvis said was, "It's my favorite part of the business, a live concert." Elvis Presley in his karate clothes at Graceland sometime in September 1974. And some are different dates and rare. Elvis Presley was a big fan of karate and studied the martial art for many years. He was first exposed to karate in 1958 while he was stationed in Germany with the U.S. Army. On this day in 1970, 54 years ago today, Elvis performed in Mobile, Alabama, September 14, 1970. Then Elvis leaves Mobile at 3 p.m., flying home to Memphis, so that he can complete a 2-day scheduled recording session in Nashville before returning to the West Coast on September 24th. Last photo: Mickey M. Malbrow being kissed by Elvis.
Wasn't ready to change our plans, but fate had to step in. I hope that you will understand, I have to go to a foreign land. So send
September 18, 1958. Elvis spent his last night before leaving for the Army in Killeen, Texas with Vernon, Anita Wood, Etta Fatal, Lamar Fike, Gene and Junior Smith, and Red West. There were also some fan club presidents present. It was an emotional night. He left Fort Hood on September 19th, headed for Brooklyn Army Terminal in New York, where he would ship out to West Germany on September 22nd.
And you were always on my mind, each and every day and night. So send your love across the sea, promise that you'll remember me, and I'll be
September
back to
20th,
love
1957.
again.
Elvis appeared on the Memphis television station WKNO. Elvis was on television to promote traffic safety and
So
driver
send
education.
your love across the sea, promise that you'll remember me, and I'll be back to love again. And together forever we will spend. We'll spend together forever.
Elvis kissing a lucky fan Lillian Portnoy at the Brooklyn Army Terminal before sailing to Germany, September 22nd,
So send your
1958.
love across the sea, promise that you'll remember me, and I'll be back to love again.
66 years ago, Elvis Presley left Fort Hood, Texas on September 19, 1958. Elvis headed for Brooklyn Army Terminal in New York, where he would ship out to West Germany on September 22nd.
So send your love across the sea, promise that you'll remember me, and I'll be back to love again. Together forever we will stay. So send. You turn the music world upside down. He turned the music world upside down, till he got a call from Uncle Sam. Forwarded to Germany back in 58. He served his country starting in 58. 2 long years the world would have to wait. He turned the music world by storm, had a fleet Cadillac car. He was still hot with his head cut so short. Drove a tank and he learned to march, wore his clothes ironed and starched. Was the best looking man to ever wear uniform. Knew how to play guitar and how to sing. He knew how to play guitar and how to sing. I didn't know better when I thought it was Tulsa McLean. Must have broke a lot of Fräulein's hearts back then. He must have broke a lot of Fräulein's hearts back then, with his charm and with that Elvis grin. He stood out in the crowd and the ladies still screamed out loud. Wore his army suit so proud. He could drive a tank just like a car, captured that young girl's heart. Was the best looking man to ever wear a uniform. He met the love of his life back then. He met the love of his life back then. Priscilla was so young and innocent. Yeah, he stood out the crowd, a lady still screamed out loud. He wore his army suit so proud. He could drive a tank just like a car, captured that young girl's heart. Was the best looking man to ever wear a uniform. Was the best looking man to ever wear a uniform. Oh,
First picture, exhausted Elvis backstage after a show in May of 1956. Touring was always physically draining for Elvis Presley, even long before the obvious strain of touring in the 1970s. April 13, 1976. 6-year-old Barry Clark, a student at Joyland School, presented Lisa Marie with a special cake, commemorating a charming connection between the Presley family and the local community. The children's teacher, Mrs. Thompson, and Vernon Presley look on. The scene took place at Graceland. Joyland School, where Barry Clark was a student, also gained a little bit of fame from this day. The connection between the school and the Presley family emphasized the idea that even icons like Elvis valued community and local relationships. By involving Lisa Marie's classmates in this special day, the Presley family showed how much they valued these bonds. Schools like Joyland were essential in shaping the lives of the children who attended. And for Lisa Marie, it provided a sense of normalcy and routine in her otherwise extraordinary life. Everyone loves their mother, but I was an only child and mother was always right there with me. All my life. It wasn't like losing a mother, it was like losing a friend, a companion, someone to talk to. I could wake her up any hour of the night if I was worried or troubled by something. She'd get up and try to help me. Elvis Presley.